Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Wrenchtrenchers Garage. It's your boy Walking Mandu, and yes, I'm wearing the same thing as I just wore because I just finished doing a video for my Ryobi edger. But at this point, what I'm gonna do is, as you see, I still got my chest equipment on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the radiator and the AC condenser out of this guy right here, the little dumpster fire, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep the chest cam on, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the disassembly with that on, so you guys can actually see me actually doing this. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I haven't edited anything with this particular setup just yet, but I'm going to do that, and we'll see how it turns out. Hope you guys enjoy the content. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. It's a great day out. As you can see, spring is here. It actually looks like spring, and it feels like spring. You can't tell when, because I got the hoodie on like last time, but hey, you know what, if it warms up good enough, I'll be taking this darn thing off. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing apart, and we're gonna take the one apart in the Red Z, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if these things are actually usable. I might just go ahead and get another radiator just for, I don't know, just to be 100% sure that the radiator is good. And I'll probably just be using just this condenser because they are pretty expensive, and if this is in decent shape, anywhere half as good as that one, then I'm good. So alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start that up. I'm gonna put you guys on the GoPro, and we're gonna start taking some stuff apart. So see you in a bit. We're getting ready to go ahead and start doing what we gotta do to get this thing out. Most of these are just like 10mm. Sorry for the fiddling, trying to get you guys in a good position to see what I'm doing. Might be better with the head cam, but this is what we got. This is what we're working with. There's a little clip down here that holds this in, but I'm not too worried about that at all. And I'm also gonna need to take this fan off. So we need some 10mm. And of course, it's always the 10mm that's the hardest to find for some reason. Here we go. We got one here. And I'm gonna need a 10mm static wrench. Now, if it seems like I'm just kind of barbaric with it, it's because I really am. Because these are all like my old school wrenches. These are all like my backup wrenches and stuff. So I'm not really worried about beating these down. My new stuff is what I use in the shop. So nothing from my shop, nothing from my shop tools that are always in the toolbox. None of those. I never want to use those outside because I don't want them ever to get lost. So that's just me. All right, well that one's already off, so I can probably just get down here to this one. If you guys can see that, I hope you can see that. Alright, so we got 10mm nuts on the end of this water pump. I've probably gone through this before when I did the timing belt, but you know, just in case you guys want to do one of these, I'm just going to finish taking this thing off. So just want to get it to where I can undo them by hand. And watch is in the way. And we're just gonna take these off. I probably should be using some rubber gloves, but we're manly. We're gonna be men about this and get tetanus. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody wants tetanus. Well, that thing's just difficult. What? Why?
I don't know why.
Is it spinning?
Yeah, but they won't cut themselves shorter.
They will. You just got to keep doing it. It bumps against that until they get short.
I've already done it twice.
It's fine. Look.
Alright.
What? It keeps bumping against the plastic a little bit. Spin it fast. It'll cut. Now, why am I saving these old rusty nuts here? Well, it's because you never know when you're going to need extra ones. So, alright guys, I decided to switch tactics and you guys are going on a time lapse on this old junker. Alright guys, well as you can see the sun's out, head sweating, shirt's the hoodie's off. But check this out. Well, it seems that to get this radiator out, as you can see me struggling real bad on the GoPro, that this front bumper's got to come off. Now, because this frame is so completely rotted and bad, that's the only place I could stick the jack, and it's extremely sketchy. So what I'm gonna have to do is grab another jack and find a better place to jack this up, which is still kind of dangerous because I think this whole body is just in danger of just freaking tacoing on me and killing me dead. So I really don't want to get under there. So I'm gonna go and find some safer places to jack this up and put some supports under there the best I can. And I'm gonna have to get this radiator out by taking this bumper off, and I gotta get to the bolts that are somewhere in here, somewhere back in here. Now I might have to do some minor surgery to get all this taken care of because this little flap has to come off. It's just a whole load of crap to get this thing out. So I'm glad I'm using the you see how I got the jack in there. It's horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the splash guards off and then see if I can get a really long ratchet and stick down there, maybe take that side off, and then get a whole nother get a whole nother jack and jack up the front and see if I can get to this thing without actually having to put my whole body in there, so if it comes slamming down I don't lose my head or arm or some shit. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so after taking these wheel wells out, I don't know if I can get you a shot of that in there, but in there, way back in the back, you can see where there used to be a couple of bolts. There's two 10mm nuts back there. And what I'm using is this setup here. And then you go in from the side and you get it on those two 10mm nuts. And you can see I'm using two extensions all the way back. And you go in there and then you'll see me on one nut. And then there's two of those in there, and that's how you get this off. And hopefully with all those out and all of those out right there, hopefully with all that out, I can take this bumper off. So let me get this other one out and see if we can get this thing out of here. Alright guys, well, I'm down to the nitty gritty on this thing, and this thing is about ready to pull out. Ended up taking out the shroud first right there. Basically you just kind of pinch in the sides and yank up over this thing, but this one is out, and as you can see, this ain't gonna make the cut right here. That's no good. It's just rotten right there. And I just don't trust this radiator, so it looks like I'm gonna be going and getting a new radiator. Kind of a shame. The rest of it looks good except for just that part down there, and I don't trust it. So I feel like I'd be going through all this work to take this radiator out, and also going through all the work and about to go through all the work to take out the what the heck is that? It's a punch. And also going through all the work to take the radiator out of the other one. It just makes sense that I'd probably just go ahead and replace it. However, the heater, the AC core doesn't look bad. I'm kind of excited about how the AC condenser looks. Of course, it was covered by the radiator, so it actually isn't in bad shape. I think a little rust reformer and a little bit of paint, and I think this AC core is salvageable, so I'm pretty happy. I'm actually really happy. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this thing out, and I'm going to look at both sides and get a good look at it, take all the hoses and stuff off, and see what we got with this thing, and I'll be back. Alright guys, well, concluding that the radiator was junk, what we have here is the AC condenser. It's got a few little rocks in it because it is exposed underneath the car, so you're going to get rock chips, which was kind of a terrible design. I wish they would have found a way to cover it. Anyhow, the only part that looks suspicious is this right here, but it just looks like the fins are bent, and it doesn't look like it's been ruptured to where it would actually leak. And basically what's just peeling off is, I guess, some kind of protectant or something. So it actually looks pretty good. This looks like this will be a great candidate to go in the red car, and hopefully I can get some AC, because I'm telling you, it's getting warm pretty freaking fast. It just goes from cold to bugs in no time. That's just how it works in this area. You're either freezing or you're getting bit up by bugs and sweating. Probably clean it up with a soft brush, and I'll probably hit it with some rust reformer and then just throw it in there, and I think that'll be good. I won't go through the pain of freaking painting it or nothing. But yeah, I think that bad boy, I think that's gonna do it. I'm pretty happy. I just saved myself $300 right there. Not to mention doing it yourself, which saves a ton of labor, which I like to do everything myself. Alright guys, well, after a quick break, it's time to go ahead and tackle this one. So I'm gonna start under here, which I actually want to show you guys what I saw in here. Now if you look in here, you can see that big gaping hole right there in the AC condenser. So yeah, that's why that has to be replaced. And you can also see some coolant coming through, which is coming from the radiator on the other side. And as you can see, there's coolant pretty much all over the place here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get all this stuff ripped out, and you know, let's go and get this bad boy done. So yeah, I'm gonna get started now. Put you guys on the time lapse. Later. Guys, well, here she is, and I tell you, she's looked better. So there's the bumper over there, fan shroud, and some other bits and pieces that I ended up taking off to get this thing out of here. I've gotten everything torn apart. I think the one last thing I'm going to do is just take out the AC condenser, which is just 2 bolts, one under there and one down there. I don't know if you could have seen that. I'm just kind of using the force. But you got, you know, you can see the tops over here. So a bolt that you get from underneath there, and that one there, and then just kind of yanks out. So I'll take that out, and then I'm gonna end it here for today, guys. So once again, appreciate you guys for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and give me you guys' feedback. Well, thanks again. You guys have a good one. Wrench Trench out.